I woke up to a miracle today. Triggers fade as I find my way. No judgment to lead astray. In this peaceful state I'll stay.
Welcome back, everyone. It really is wonderful to be here with you again.
It truly is. And today we're focusing on lesson 195 from the course. We love hearing from you, by the way.
Hello to all our new listeners, perhaps finding us on TikTok or other places.
Yes, hello. We are on Instagram, though maybe not posting quite as much there currently.
But, if enough of you gather there, we'll definitely pick up the pace. We want to be where it works best for you.
Absolutely.
You can always reach us with comments, questions, or feedback at ACIM at theworldharmonyproject.org.
And our handle on TikTok and YouTube is at The World Harmony Project. Please do leave your thoughts on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, too.
Okay, alrighty. Let's get this party started. Today's lesson is titled, Love is the Way I Walk in Gratitude. Gratitude is a lesson hard to learn for those who look upon the world amiss. The most that they can do is see themselves as better off than others, and they try to be content because another seems to suffer more than they. How pitiful and deprecating are such thoughts. For who has cause for thanks while others have less cause? And who could suffer less because he sees another suffer more? Your gratitude is due to him alone, who made all cause of sorrow disappear throughout the world. It is insane to offer thanks because of suffering. But it is equally insane to fail in gratitude to one who offers you the certain means whereby all pain is healed and suffering replaced with laughter and with happiness. Nor could the even partly sane refuse to take the steps which he directs and follow in the way he sets before them to escape a prison that they thought contained no door to the deliverance they now perceive. Your brother is your enemy because you see in him the rival for your peace, a plunderer who takes his joy from you and leaves you nothing but a black despair so bitter and relentless that there is no hope remaining. Now is vengeance all there is to wish for. Now, can you but try to bring him down to lie in death with you, as useless as yourself, as little left within his grasping fingers as in yours? You do not offer God your gratitude because your brother is more slave than you, nor could you sanely be enraged if he seems freer. Love makes no comparisons, and gratitude can only be sincere if it be joined to love. We offer thanks to God our Father that in us all things will find their freedom. It will never be that some are loosed while others still are bound, for who can bargain in the name of love? Therefore give thanks, but in sincerity. And let your gratitude make room for all who will escape with you, the sick, the weak, the needy and afraid, and those who mourn a seeming loss or feel apparent pain, who suffer cold or hunger, or who walk the way of hatred in the path of death. All these go with you. Let us not compare ourselves with them, for thus we split them off from our awareness of the unity we share with them, as they must share with us. We thank our Father for one thing alone, that we are separate from no living thing, and therefore one with him. And we rejoice that no exceptions ever can be made which would reduce our wholeness, nor impair or change our function to complete the one who is himself completion. We give thanks for every living thing, for otherwise we offer thanks for nothing, and we fail to recognize the gifts of God to us. Then let our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders as they rest a while. We offer thanks for them. For if we can direct them to the peace that we would find, the way is opening at last to us. An ancient door is swinging free again. A long-forgotten word re-echoes in our memory and gathers clarity as we are willing once again to hear. Walk then in gratitude the way of love. For hatred is forgotten when we lay comparisons aside. What more remains is obstacles to peace. The fear of God is now undone at last, and we forgive without comparing. Thus we cannot choose to overlook some things, and yet retain some other things still locked away as sins. When your forgiveness is complete, you will have total gratitude, for you will see that everything has earned the right to love by being loving, even as yourself. Today we learn to think of gratitude in place of anger, malice, and revenge. We have given everything. If we refuse to recognize it, we are not entitled, therefore, to our bitterness and to a self-perception which regards us in a place of merciless pursuit, where we are badgered ceaselessly and pushed about without a thought or care for us or for our future. Gratitude becomes the single thought we substitute for these insane perceptions. God has cared for us and calls us son. Can there be more than this? Our gratitude will pave the way to Him and shorten our learning time by more than you could ever dream of. Gratitude goes hand in hand with love, and where one is, the other must be found. For gratitude is but an aspect of the love which is the source of all creation. God gives thanks to you, His Son, for being what you are, His own completion and the source of love along with Him. Your gratitude to Him is one with His to you. For love can walk no road except the way of gratitude, and thus we go who walk the way to God. So, love is the way I walk in gratitude. What really stands out for you here as a kind of core idea?
Well, the first thing I think is this total reframing of gratitude itself. It hits it right at the start. Gratitude isn't about comparing. It's not, oh, I'm grateful because my situation isn't as bad as theirs.
Right, that comparative suffering thing.
Exactly. The lesson calls those thoughts pitiful and deprecating. Instead, true gratitude, it says, comes from recognizing that God has already removed the cause of all sorrow for everyone. It's this huge, all-encompassing peace that's already there.
Yeah, it's not gratitude because of suffering, but gratitude for the undoing of suffering itself. That's a big shift. And it leads right into that other key point, doesn't it? Love makes no comparisons. And because of that, gratitude has to be linked with love to be sincere. It can't be selective.
No, it has to include everyone. That line, it will never be that some are loosed while others still are bound. Our freedom, our peace is tied up with everyone's. It's fundamentally inclusive.
Which then completely changes how we see others, especially those we might perceive as difficult or as an enemy.
Right, that whole rival for your peace, the plunderer idea. If love makes no comparisons and gratitude is rooted in that love, then that whole enemy concept just dissolves. It has to. We start to see everyone on the same shared journey.
It moves relationships from competition to collaboration, in a sense, towards shared liberation.
And then there's the impact of actually living this way. The lesson says gratitude becomes the single thought we substitute for these insane perceptions.
That's powerful. Choosing gratitude instead of anger, malice, feeling like the world is against us.
Yeah, and doing that, the lesson suggests, paves the way back to God, speeds up our learning time immensely. It's transformative.
Okay, let's dig into that first idea a bit more, this reframing gratitude away from comparison. It's so common, isn't it? To feel a little bit better, maybe even grateful because someone else seems to have it worse.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost a default setting for the ego, like feeling cozy inside while knowing it's storming outside.
Yeah.
But the lesson shows how shallow that is.
It's like that warm blanket analogy, appreciating it mainly because someone else is cold.
Exactly. True gratitude, the lesson points towards, is recognizing the suffering isn't ultimately real. Its cause has been undone. It's a profound shift in how we see reality itself, not just our own little corner of it. It's something, as we journey with the Course, we keep needing to revisit and internalize, I find.
And connecting that back to love makes no comparison, makes it really practical in day-to-day life. We all have those moments feeling like someone is taking our peace, our joy, that plunderer feeling.
Definitely.
The lesson puts it so starkly, seeing your brother as your enemy. But if love truly makes no comparisons, how can we logically blame someone else for our lack of peace?
We can't, really. Not logically, not from the perspective of the Course. The peace is inherent. The love is inherent for everyone. So the gratitude is for that shared reality, not for escaping something someone else is supposedly stuck in.
Years ago, in a work environment, I had this colleague. I was just convinced they were actively working against me, sabotaging projects, taking credit. You know the drill?
Sounds familiar.
And I felt so justified in my anger, my resentment. I felt like a complete victim. This person was my enemy, stealing my peace. But reading this lesson, and others like it, was a real turning point. It forces you to ask, is my suffering less because I perceive them as suffering? Maybe from their own negativity? No. Is their apparent success actually taking something from me?
Right. The Course's perspective is that nothing real can be threatened.
Exactly. My anger, my feeling of victimhood, that was my interpretation, my choice, not something being done to me in an ultimate sense.
That's such a clear example of what the lesson calls those insane perceptions. And the invitation then becomes so radical. Substitute gratitude for the anger, the malice, the whole revenge narrative.
It feels almost impossible sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the leverage point is that realization. God has cared for us and calls us son. That inherent worth, that connection, it's already established for everyone.
Yes. It's not earned, it's a given. And that connects back to love not being a limited pie.
Right. Love expands.
So that line, it will never be that some are loosed while others still are bound, means our own sense of freedom, our own peace, is directly linked to recognizing it for everyone else. And compassion is vital, of course, but this lesson pushes further. It asks us to extend gratitude for the inherent freedom of all involved, even those caught in unimaginable pain or acting out of deep fear and hatred. It's not about being grateful for the suffering.
No, of course not.
But grateful for the underlying truth of their being, their indestructible connection to love, which remains true regardless of the appearances. Recognizing our unity with them, not our separation from their plight.
So, practically,
Yeah.
how do you feel that gratitude for someone who seems lost in hatred, for instance? It's not about approving, right?
Not at all. It's about seeing past the behavior, past the illusion of separation, to the shared divine spark. It's recognizing that their liberation is our liberation. We give thanks because, as the lesson says, we are separate from no living thing. Their freedom is intrinsic to the wholeness of God, which includes us.
That's the image, isn't it? Letting our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders. It's solidarity. Compassion born from unity, not comparison.
Exactly. And when we truly let go of comparing ourselves to them, better than, worse than, luckier than, more enlightened than the lesson says, hatred is forgotten. Just gone.
And the fear of God, which is really the fear of our own true self, that dissolves too.
Because then forgiveness becomes total. We can't pick and choose who deserves love or forgiveness based on comparisons. And in that total forgiveness, we find total gratitude. We see that everything has earned the right to love simply by being loving at its core, just like our own self.
It's a profound letting go, isn't it? Of judgment, separation, the whole us versus them framework.
A shift from trying to get happiness from the world to recognizing the universal gift already present within. Gratitude, lived this way as a constant orientation. It truly becomes the path. It shortens the journey home. It is walking the way to God.
And it leaves no one out.
We got a listener question that really fits perfectly with today's lesson.
Let's hear it.
The listener writes, I lent my adult daughter my car as I am out of work and she needs a car for her job. This is a huge help to her, while her income supports me as I look for work. Since she's had the car, she has dirtied it, broken parts of it, and gotten into an accident. I have become resentful, but as I depend on her income, I'm trapped and I find myself losing my gratitude.
Wow, okay. First, just deep empathy for this situation. It sounds incredibly difficult and, yeah, very human. That mix of resentment and feeling trapped is palpable.
Absolutely. You start with this generous act, lending the car out of love and need. Then comes the damage, the frustration, the loss of peace, all while depending on her financial support. That tangle of gratitude and frustration, it's tough.
It really is. And this is exactly where Lesson 195 offers a different lens. Love is the way I walk in gratitude. It helps us look at these experiences with completely new eyes.
It's not about pretending, right? Not pretending you like the car damage or ignoring the feelings.
No, never. The Course never asks us to deny what we feel. It asks us to notice how the ego is interpreting the situation.
And the ego loves to keep score, doesn't it? I gave this, she gave that, look, I'm losing. It turns everything into a comparison.
But the lesson says, love makes no comparisons, and gratitude can only be sincere when joined with love. When we root ourselves in comparison, that true gratitude just shrinks. Resentment rushes in. The generous act feels like a burden.
So the Course invites us to ask, what's this situation for? Not, why is this happening to me, but what can I learn here? Maybe it's about the limits of transactional giving.
Or learning that peace doesn't depend on getting back exactly what you gave in the form you gave it.
And recognizing, too, that the daughter's financial support is a huge act of giving, even amidst the messiness with the car. There's clearly love there. They're both navigating a really demanding situation.
It's true. The car damage. Yeah, it probably needs a conversation. But if that talk comes from a place of recognizing the shared need, the underlying love, the genuine gratitude that is still there.
It won't be fueled by resentment. It can come from truth and understanding.
And that's the way out of feeling trapped. You're not truly trapped by the circumstances. You're being shown the way out of a mindset. The mindset that says peace depends on everything being perfectly fair in worldly terms.
Right. Peace comes from seeing your daughter not as the opposition, but as someone walking this road with you. As the lesson says, let our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders. We offer thanks for them.
It's an invitation into that deeper gratitude. The kind that sees the pain but looks beyond it, laying comparisons aside, letting love lead.
So for anyone wrestling with these kinds of feelings, resentment mixed with gratitude, Maybe we can walk through some practical steps from the lesson.
Good idea. Okay, step 1, just pause and notice. When you feel that resentment, that irritation, that I've been wronged feeling, just notice it. Don't judge it. See the mind comparing, scorekeeping, feeling stuck.
You might internally say, okay, I'm feeling angry. I feel like I gave more. I feel trapped. Just naming it.
That's the ego's voice, the looking upon the world amiss.
Step 2, acknowledge the comparison itself. Remember, gratitude joined with love makes no comparisons. So ask yourself gently, am I comparing here? Am I seeing this person as a rival? Am I putting conditions on my love or gratitude?
This just brings the ego's logic into light. Not to fight it, but just so you can see it and choose differently.
Step 3, remember what gratitude really is, according to the Course. Shift from thankful things went my way to
Gratitude is recognizing nothing real can be taken. Gratitude is knowing love and wholeness are always yours, just because of what you are.
So the gratitude isn't about the car or the damage or the imbalance. It's about seeing the deeper connection, the shared need, the possibility for shared healing. Love is still present, even if the form is painful.
Okay, step 4. Practice extending love instead of withholding it. Ask, what would love do here? Not sentimentally, but sincerely. How can I walk forward in gratitude, not grievance?
And that might look like different things. Maybe a clear, kind conversation, maybe offering understanding, maybe just choosing not to replay the mental cost tape over and over, or just holding space while your own mind shifts.
Then, step 5. Widen the circle. Remember, the lesson invites us to include everyone in our gratitude, even the person we feel resentful towards. See them not as someone taking, but as someone walking towards freedom, just like you.
Maybe internally practice. I offer thanks for them. They go with me. We are not separate. This shifts the whole perception from me versus them to us and healing.
And finally, step 6. Rest in that shared gratitude between you and God. The lesson talks about this mutual thanks. God gives thanks to you. Your gratitude to him is one with his to you.
Yeah, you don't have to force this feeling. It's already there. Just allow it to surface as you let go of the comparison, the blame, the isolation.
So wrapping up lesson 195, it's clear gratitude is way more than we might have thought. It's a fundamental shift in how we see everything.
It really guides us away from the ego's narrow focus on comparing suffering.
Towards this expansive, inclusive appreciation for the wholeness that's already here, in us and in everyone.
And practicing this genuine, love-infused gratitude, it really does lighten the load personally, and it contributes to universal healing. It shortens that collective journey back to oneness.
So the invitation is to carry this into our daily lives. Choosing gratitude over judgment, remembering every step in love is a step towards liberation for everyone. Keep practicing, keep extending. Each effort matters.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're truly grateful to share this path with you.
And maybe try this little exercise today. When tension or resentment pops up, pause, breathe, then silently say to yourself,
Love is the way I walk in gratitude. I lay comparison aside. I choose peace again.
just that short practice can help reset your awareness, move you from resentment back toward truth.
Let us know how this lesson lands for you. We always appreciate hearing about your experiences.
And we'll see you tomorrow for lesson 196.